Hello everyone, I Dr. Sonia Dangi welcome you all to my YouTube channel Ambrosia Homeo. Friends, in this video I am going to discuss about the medical condition termed anemia. What is anemia? What are its signs and symptoms? The investigations, management and most suitable homeopathic treatment. So moving forward, anemia, it is a medical condition whenever there is reduced number of RBCs or lowered level of hemoglobin level in the blood. So, hemoglobin, it gives RBCs its prime function of transportation of oxygen to various organs and tissues and also transportation of carbon dioxide from various organs and tissues to lungs for purification. In a normal healthy individual, the RBC count is from 4.2 to 5.9 millions per cubic mm. Talking about the hemoglobin level in a healthy male, the hemoglobin level is from 13.8 to 17.2 gram per dl, while in a healthy female, it is from 12.1 to 15.1 gram per dl. So whenever the RBC count or the hemoglobin level goes below this normal range, okay, lower level of the normal range, then the condition is termed as anemia. Now talking about the causes of anemia, causes are basically classified into three categories. First is whenever there is extensive blood loss. Secondly, when there is lack of proper RBC production or hemoglobin production. Thirdly, whenever there is excessive RBC destruction. See, RBC's production destruction will, directly they will be affecting the hemoglobin concentration, and so the patient might get anemic. Then taking into consideration the first cause, that is extensive blood loss, there may be conditions such as whenever there is accident or trauma, okay, heavy injuries. Then there can be post-surgical bleeding, then there can be abdominal complaints such as ulcers or hookworm infestations or bleeding piles. Then in females, particularly during pregnancy, due to the enlarging fetus, the requirements of iron are extended. So at that time, if there is any dietary deficiency, then this may lead to anemia during pregnancy. Apart from that, if there is any antepartum hemorrhage such as in placenta previa or in abruptio placentae, then if the lady has undergone with the recent delivery or there is excessive bleeding during the delivery, which we term as PPH, then in conditions whenever there is excessive menstruation in ladies because of any underlying disease such as fibroids or endometriosis or DUB, or even the perimenopausal women whenever there is hormonal ups and downs, and there can be excessive bleeding due to this. Apart from that, the second cause, that is lack of proper RBC production. Now this is the major cause of anemia, particularly in the developing nations. There is the condition of malnutrition, or there can be lack of proper dietary iron or vitamin B12 or folic acid, which are the requirements for proper RBC production. Then certain autoimmune disorders, these might affect the bone marrow or the basic site from where the RBC production takes place. This arises in conditions of cancers or during the treatment of cancer, such as in radiotherapy and chemotherapy. Apart from that, the conditions of sickle cell disease and thalassemia, where there is inappropriate RBC production. Then the third factor, that is excessive RBC destruction. This arises in conditions such as whenever there is inherited G6PD deficiency, or there is other infections such as HIV infection or Epstein-Barr virus infection, or in case of hepatitis either. Then the third, then also in conditions where there is excess RBC destruction is in conditions of hemorrhagic fevers such as in dengue, and also prolonged illness such as in tuberculosis. These may add to the person become anemic. Now taking into consideration the signs and symptoms. Signs and symptoms, mentally the patient gets confused, then there is a lack of concentration, then he is drowsy and dizzy. Then there are frequent headaches, Okay, and then the sclera, the skin, the palms, the nails, they appear pale, the tongue, these appear pale. Then there is brittling of nails, brittling of hair, excessive hair fall. Then the patient, he gets easily fatigued. There may be a low grade fever every time the patient says he's having fever. Then apart from that, there can be mild chest pain. There is exertional dyspnea, little bit of labor, and the patient will he'll get easily tired. Then the next, in case of abdominal complaint, there can be various abdominal complaints such as anorexia and then excessive weight loss. Then in females, there may be conditions of amenorrhea or loss of libido. Then patient might complain of weakness in the extremities. There is tingling sensation in the extremities. Then there are cold extremities. So this is the picture we get to see in the patient who is anemic. Now moving forward to the investigations. Anemia can be easily detected with a simple blood test such as the CBC or the hemoglobin estimation, and in conditions where the anemia is arising because of abnormal RBC production like sickle cell disease or thalassemias, there we can go for the PBS, that is peripheral blood smear, where the variability in size or abnormal shape or even the inadequate hemoglobin production can be estimated. Now moving forward to the management, the conditions where anemia arises because of dietary deficiency of iron or folic acid or vitamins, then there it can be easily rectified by simply managing the diet and the regimen. Like the person can add the green leafy vegetables such as spinach and broccoli, fruits like beetroot or pomegranate, and other citrus fruits like oranges, then various nuts like cashew, almonds, and various seeds such as flax seeds, sesame seed, pumpkin seeds, then including the dairy products like cheese and yogurt and tofu, soya beans and pulses, ragi, which is very good in the iron content, and jaggery. So all this they can easily manage the iron level in the body and help out in rectifying the anemia. Also the persons who are all the people who take the non-vegetarian diet, they can go for the meat and poultry also, so they can easily manage the conditions. Next, the treatment. There are various homeopathic medicines which can work wonders in case of anemia. Some of them I'll be specifically I'll be mentioning which I have seen working good and effectively in case of anemia. But here's a little disclaimer that before taking any of these medications, I would suggest that you take advice from homeopathic physicians if there is any underlying disease which is causing anemia. So let's get started. The first medicine is Ferromet 30 or 200. This is very effective whenever the person is feeling too weak to even do the simple chores such as even the walking and even the speaking. He gets easily tired. So in this condition, Ferromet 30 or 200, 2 drops in 2 to 3 spoons of water 3 times a day. The next medicine is Ferromphos 6x or 3x. This is also just to increase the hemoglobin level, and you have to take these like 4 tablets if there is an adult, or if it's a child, then 2 tablets 3 times a day. The next very effective medicine in treating anemia is lecithin 3x or 6x, which I have found very effective in treatment of anemia. It is said like it has a great influence upon the nutritive state and the blood, so it just increases the RBC production or the hemoglobin level in the blood. Now how to take this? If you are an adult, then the 4 tablets 3 times a day, and if it's a child, then 2 tablets 3 times a day. The next very effective mother tincture, that is Cinchona officinalis mother tincture, China mother tincture. This is indicated whenever there is anemia condition arising because of excessive hemorrhages or a prolonged illness. So how to take it? Just 10 to 15 drops of this mother tincture in 1/4 cup of water 3 times a day. Then apart from that, there is Dr. Reckwick's biocombination number 1, which is indicated whenever there is poor digestion and there is muscle wasting along with the lowered hemoglobin level. It is very beneficial in this condition. In adults, it is like 4 tablets 3 times a day, and in children it is 2 tablets 2 times a day. The next medicine, that is the Dr. Reckwick's R31 drops. This is also very effective whenever there are conditions of anorexia, constipation and weight loss along with the lowered hemoglobin level. This is also taken like 10 to 15 drops in 1/4 cup of water 3 times a day. Apart from that, there is SBL's Ferrum syrup, which is an iron tonic, and the dosage is like 1 tablespoon if it is adult and 1 teaspoon if it is a child, then 3 times a day. Then other than this, there is another iron tonic of Schwabe Biofungin. This is also a syrup, and in adults it is 1 tablespoon 3 times a day, and in children 1 teaspoon 3 times a day. So these are certain medications, homeopathic medications, which can easily help out to rectify the condition termed anemia. But it is again, it's a request that if the anemia condition is arising other than the nutritional deficiencies, then please take these medicines under the supervision of a homeopathic practitioner. So that's all for this video. Thank you all for watching this video. If you have any queries or suggestions, please leave a comment in the comment section, and I'll try to reach you all as soon as possible. And also, if you like this video, please like and subscribe my channel, and please don't forget to click the bell icon so that you can get the prior notification of all my upcoming videos. Thank you all.